firstly welcome you back to another episode of the Fingers to Fist podcast. I'm your host, Chelly Chain Saw, or Ben from Bajor on Twitch. I'm here with Willie J, Alan Palmer, and Gwendolyn Edwards. These are three music powerhouses in Maryland. If you don't know who these people are, you have no idea. You're not really making music. So anyways, thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Let's start with social medias. Mr. Alan Palmer, what's your social medias? Anything? YouTube, Instagram?
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I just don't mess with that guy Musk.
Oh, right. Twitter. No Twitter.
Yeah.
I hear that. Can I ask you how to spell those? You have it spelled as your name, your full name?
Oh,
on Instagram, it's just Alan Palmer,
yes.
Or is it?
It's Alan Palmer.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Willie J.
I'm actually only on Twitter, and I'm on it because of when you asked HBCU affiliate. Because I'm a student at Coppin.
Oh, you're a student at Coppin. Fantastic. We love a HBCU, fellow
so,
HBCU.
I had to get on Twitter.
Eagles. Go Eagles. Right? Soaring Eagles. I went to Bowie State myself.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
have friends that went there.
They know me over there. I was their MVR, High Point Female. I was an athlete. Lovely crowd. And yourself, how do you spell your socials?
Well, mine is basically YouTube, and I would say Instagram.
Okay.
When you mentioned Bowie State, guess what? I taught the accounting department at Bowie State how to use Excel. So, yes. So my background basically is education too. So, yes, in terms of the computer. But I'm not here to do the computer part. That's one of the reasons why I'm here with the digital marketing here.
Right.
But when you said Bowie, I immediately got excited. I said, okay, now she's really coming home.
Yeah. You guys are all local, basically, and you guys are all into the community and giving back. And I want to talk about, we already did an interview with you previously, so I know a lot about Wired for Sound Records, but I don't know exactly the moving parts. You guys are new to me, you two. So what do you guys bring to Wired for Sound Records? What are your roles? What are your goals here? Like, what do you guys, we'll start with you, Mr. Willie J.
Okay, well, I've been me and AP have known each other,
Well, that's my nickname.
Oh, AP, got it.
For a long, long time. And he called me because we've discussed a lot of ideas that we had as far as the music industry, as well as ideas that I have for the community. One of the things when we talked about the 503 nonprofit, I always grew up with instruments in school and art, but now you don't have those things accessible to kids anymore, unless they go to a particular school.
Or they got the money.
Duke Ellington. But I think it's a necessity to give them options versus what they have now. So with that being the case, I decided this is something we talked about today, but I've always been wanting to do it.
Right.
So it's something that I'm going to move forward in. As far as what I bring to the table, I've been in business.
And music
60 this year.
Wow! Happy birthday!
And music for as long as I can remember. As far as putting other people out there since I met AP, what I bring to the table is I'm a visionary. I can see where something's gonna go. Like when him and I first started, if you remember, I told you we would have a billion dollar company.
Yes.
And we're actually almost there.
Wow! Good job! Congrats!
So those are the things that I bring to the table, and then I'm a good listener. So that's always good because you gotta listen to other people, and we have other parts that are important to make this work.
And what was your role again? What's your title?
Well, I am the senior vice president,
senior VP
of the company, as well as the project manager. Any project that an artist has, I look at it and say, okay, this is feasible to do.
Right.
But this is how we have to do it. And the reason why that is because you don't want to take money for bad. And when you utilize your resources, you want to make sure that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck.
Absolutely. And Miss Gwendolyn. And Miss Gwendolyn.
Well, I've already expressed quite a few tours of my experience in life, but what I bring to the company, as I mentioned before, I'm the director of marketing and promotions, and my goal is, or my role I should add, is to provide digital media support, I would say copywriting, promotion, in terms of how do we get the word out to the community to let them know we are here, we're here to serve.
Fantastic.
My other,
And to get the artists out there too.
And to get
Give
those
them the
up,
visibility.
to give the artists the visibility, that's right, because the main goal of Why for Sale Records is to focus on the artists and the musicians.
and my other areas I mentioned before is to help people understand that health is your wealth. As a certified wellness coach and consultant, yes, I definitely recognize that artists have a tendency to neglect their health because especially with the lighting that's on them all the time, the rehearsal, the eating habits. I mean, we can't eat at McDonald's and expect to go out there and perform perfectly. So eventually that will have an impact on their health. The other area is to focus on, I call it individual development, because it's important, even with artists, what kind of image are they bringing to their own planet?
So you manage the
management.
artists as individuals as well.
Yes.
Wow.
So we will be focusing on image.
Wow.
How do you look when you're out there on that platform?
That's amazing. So you guys offer a full-scale service
Yes.
for artists,
Yes.
from management to PR to projects to obviously production
Yes.
and performance and shows, and that's wonderful.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
showcasing,
that's a big deal.
and I've even put on something called Music Expo,
Right.
which is a trade show of bringing different components of the business under one umbrella. Like if you went to the car show.
Right. Oh,
or-
right.
or- but you
Convention
have
almost.
Right. Producers, writers, engineers.
That's brilliant.
And that's something we want to do annually called Music Expo.
Music Expo.
Right, where everybody would have their booth. Then we'd have bands performing or artists performing. And it could be a one-day thing or it could be over a weekend. So it takes about a year or so to put it together. So it's not something we're going to jump right into. But those people who would be interested in it, just give us a call.
All right.
And we can get the ball rolling.
Excellent.
Because it takes a lot of
I know. We know.
to get it done.
Between John and I, between ASAR and I think, and where these platforms we have are going. Oh, this is a $1 billion idea. This sounds legendary. I mean, I'm in the room with 3 legends. Of course, you're just gonna talk only about legendary things. Cool. I should be used to it by now. So, we talked a little bit previously, but I want to reiterate, you guys are all locals. You guys all have your roots in the community. You guys are all African American, and you believe in returning to the community and building it up. And why PG of all places? I mean, there's other communities. There's DC. We've got Baltimore. Why come to PG? I think it's a little out there, isn't it?
Well, PG is from what I understand, it's the most prosperous county in the United States for African American people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's true.
A lot of people here, they have good jobs, they have nice homes, good cars. And what I like about Maryland is that Maryland people hustle. They might do 2 or 3 things at one time because they like to look good,
You call
have
them
nice
Jamaican?
things.
Hey, wait, West Indies in the house. Anybody else?
You
West
know they
Indies?
have 4 or 5
So-
jobs.
But when
Right.
it comes to PG has a certain feel. People work together. You know, it's like family.
I agree.
You know, where other areas seem a little transient, but the PG people, you see somebody they're out shopping. You might go to church with them, or you might see somebody that you dance. You're at the club dancing, and it's somebody that you do business with.
Right.
You know,
It's tight knit. It's
Tight.
a good community. It is. I think that there are so many possibilities, and I'm staring at in three faces of amazing excellence and action. I'm excited. What projects are you guys working on? Like, as not for the clients, but for the production, for the record label. What projects are you
Right.
putting on so we can promote maybe your next events or your next showcases?
Right now, what we're doing, since we moved in this location was it October? We moved
Recently, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, recently we moved to this location in
Welcome.
October. So we've thought of maybe doing some things between now and Christmas and New Year's. But what I discussed with Gwendolyn is instead of jumping out and doing anything major between now and the end of the year, that we get all of our stuff together.
Ducks in a row.
All our ducks in a row,
Yeah.
so that the first of the year we can hit the ground, run it off, and so we're going to be using this time to solidify everything that we do, be it promotional materials, marketing materials, the interviews like you're doing right now, and then we're ready to go. But the first of the year we want to start with showcasing and networking events.
Right.
Yes.
Where we pull together the different people in the area.
And your multiple reaching out to multiple networks that you each have. Right.
And bringing them together in either a monthly networking event where everybody come, they can share their expertise with one another. Because like I said, I'm a big thing on us working together with other businesses, because nobody in this area has all the juice to do it alone.
Right. No.
We can.
That's why it's called fingers to fist, baby.
Fingers, all the fingers make a fist.
That's right.
So-
Love that. I'm gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that clip right there.
So, Wired for Sound doesn't do anything just for itself
Right.
or by for and of itself.
Yeah.
It's with a broader concept of how we can all work together and expand. There's so much talent here,
And so much opportunity.
there's so much opportunity, but it's so fragmented. Everybody has this over there, that over
Bring
here,
it together.
that over there, and competing in ways that they don't need to. I mean, why not? We're a record label. I can record people, but why not send them to an affiliate studio and have it done?
Right. Why not keep them in network? Build
keep
your
them in
network.
network.
There you go.
Everybody's making money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
great, and the artists nowadays would love that, because I run into so many artists who are looking for one person to do the video, one person to do the music, one to do the editing, one person to do their promotion, PR, management.
Right.
They're looking for all of that, but they don't have
A
everything.
clearinghouse.
Right, it's all fragmented, like you said.
But that's a good thing about what we have. I mean, I'm coming all the way from Baltimore. But the reason why I do that is because of you. And I've known you over 30 years.
Let me ask you guys. So, what started each of you, into music? What triggered you to give back to the community and then use music to do it?
Well, for me, I can say that music has always been a part of my just being born in music. When I say that, because I grew up as an only child, and as a child, I did not play with dolls. I did recordings, even with a little small recorder. Yeah, a little tape recorder. I always knew that I was always inspired by music. Not just any kind of music, but the music that really sings to my heart and my soul. So for me, when I met Alan, I introduced a song that was written directly within, and all of a sudden, I said, well, I know this song came from within. Matter of fact, I am a writer of music. So that was what inspired me in terms of from childhood, also having what I call a little so-called DJ type environment. I mean, people have asked me to come out and do small gigs for them, and I only use my computer and my
Speakers, and that's it. And
I get it.
and
Yeah.
they hired me to come and do
And
music.
you were inspired, like you were encouraged, continuously encouraged.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
And that's the environment I would love to see you guys continue for the youth. But how about yourself?
Well, music wise, I was introduced to it like any other person just by the radio.
Oh no!
You're like, okay.
Joe Claire in the morning
I
or
like
what?
I love it.
And then, of course, being introduced to church and
Of course.
singing in the choir.
Gospel.
And then in 2003, I went to a company called Ameridet, and I was walking through the cubicles, and I was singing, and somebody popped their head up and said, "Who is that?" And my boy Jamal said, our other partner, said, "Oh, that's Willie J." And AP said, we need to talk.
Ooh. Okay, so you have a natural eye for talent.
He does.
I started singing in elementary school in all boys choir in South Baltimore.
Wow.
It was school sets where the old where Camden Yards is. A
Oh.
baseball stadium
Yes.
where the Orioles play. That's
Wow.
the same grounds where my elementary school was.
What's the name of the
It
school?
was Josiah Diggs.
Josiah Diggs Elementary.
Elementary.
Shout out
And
to Camden Yards now.
they tore it down and built the stadium there.
Jeez.
But
Yeah.
my mother used to work at a club where Billie Holiday
Cool.
used to perform.
Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about connections.
And my mother would put me on the stage in the daytime. when they would
Aw.
get the bar ready for the evening.
Oh my
Yeah, let's sing.
goodness. It
So-
must have been precious. Oh my goodness.
But after moving to this area, I joined the singing group, and I got tired of singing other people's songs,
Mm-hmm.
cover tunes, and started writing, and just had an idea. I said, one day I want to own a recording studio. People said, "Oh, that's going to take a lot. How you going to do that?" Blah blah blah, and
You stuck with it.
stuck with it.
Do you have your CD cover?
Yeah, I'll give her.
I
So
go ahead.
one thing I want to plug
Yeah.
is that Willie J, myself, and 3 other guys.
Go ahead.
We have an organization called the Multimedia Alliance.
Multimedia
Well,
Alliance.
actually, wait a minute, we changed the name.
Okay. Change the name.
The company now is called JLPP LLC, which actually stands for Johnson, Lucas, Palmer, and Porter.
JLPP LLC.
Because that's all 4 of us.
Right.
When we first started, it was you, me, Jamal, and El.
Okay.
So,
And what we've done is we've made a pledge, a pact with one another, that whichever one of us becomes successful, we will help support the others.
Wonderful. That's beautiful.
And that's what we're doing. We have never let go of that.
Yeah.
So as that vision, and one of the gentlemen, he's in Nigeria.
yeah,
We
come
have
on.
Twan,
Wow.
he's in Nigeria. Another gentleman, he's a playwright. He's in
Wow.
Arizona and Elton,
And is in North Carolina.
North Carolina. So we network, we support each other in everything that we're doing, and it's a pact that we made as young African American men, and we're still sticking with it.
Stuck with it. That's
Yes.
beautiful. That's
So
the soundbite right there. That's wonderful. I did want to quickly shout out Deltas, because we have a Delta in the house and a Sigma. Also a Sigma. This is my last question because it is daylight savings and we have no more daylight saved left. My last question is, okay, I'm younger. I know how the new sound of music is. I mean, there's a lot of cursing, obviously a lot of butt shaking and nasty talk. How do we as a community feel about derogatory music?
I believe that that the community has been led to believe that's the way to make it. There were artists
That's
who were
what they're
making it
promoting.
Before that.
who were successful.
And we said it different.
And we said it differently.
Right.
And we looked differently. And people danced and had fun.
And still got the message that what's going to happen is what's going down.
They made babies.
Baby
They made babies
Yeah.
to the music and everything. So it's not necessary, okay, to be successful. It's just that certain people have sold our community on the idea that that's the way to do
Only
it.
way. There's more ways.
So I think just like if you put more sugar or cream in coffee, you can change it. So the more we get back to the ways of the past, then we can eliminate that and bring more wholesome. It doesn't have to be preaching to people.
No, I get
or
it.
anything like that.
We can use history and learn from it to continue on in a non-problematic way,
That's right.
and
That's right.
and encourage our community to be less derogatory.
Well, when I think
know.
about artists such as Bruno Mars and
Oh yeah, Funkadelic.
yes,
I love his music.
and what's the other guy name? Andy. He called Andy Paz.
Leave the door open. I don't know if you've heard that song.
Leave the
Everybody's
door
a-
open.
Yes. Yes. But if you notice that they decided to change the way that that other genre of music is played, and now they have stepped back and brought forth a lot of personal energy to make one feel good. I mean, everybody feels good when they hear Bruno. So.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's what
he's a throwback. Bruno Mars is taking the track that James Brown laid down. This is you got to perform.
Yeah.
You have to do certain things. But music, it's changed, but we're still the same. And what I mean by that is, you take Teddy Prendergast. When Teddy said turn off the lights, we knew what he was talking about.
Right.
There was no need to go into this is what I'm gonna do to you.
That's right.
Explicit. I know how it is. Yeah.
But nowadays, it's a different aura. Women talk different.
I know.
So
Look, that's what I had to ask.
Yeah, that has changed music as a whole. But I think we're getting back to good music.
good music.
Yes.
And now there's more of an emphasis on the artists actually being able to do what they say they can do. And because
Right.
back in the day, if you couldn't sing, you wasn't out there. But now you can not be able to sing but look good, and we can promote you.
But the thing is, for us as a label, if it's an artist that we're putting out, then we're going to have certain criteria for that. If you're just coming in as a client and recording, I'm not going to censor you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
what you want to do, that's
do
on
what you
you.
want.
But
Right.
if we're
You
bringing
pay, you
involved,
leave.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's somebody that is
So if
on our label,
If they want the full Wired for Sound experience, they will be on point and they will be set up for success, basically.
because
Got
we're not gonna allow them to do anything that's gonna not be beneficial to them.
as well
Because
as to our company.
In the community.
yeah,
Got
And
it.
our company.
And of course, no, company for I got you.
because money is not. I think a lot of people had a wrong idea. They always think music and they think money, but money is not the only way that you can be successful. You can be successful if, like he said, we've done stuff for other people, and we can look at that person and say, "Wow, we did that." That is just as much successful as to be
Yes.
able to say, "You know what? I got 50,000 in the bank, but I don't know what we're doing tomorrow." So
Right. Right.
And there are a lot of people who can tell you that Wired for Sound has helped their careers.
Right.
They've come through these doors. But the other thing too is I also want to give thanks to those people over the years, because we've been around for about 30 years. So there's been people who have come in and come out,
Okay.
but they've helped to.
We don't have a lot of time left.
We don't.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I do. You want to plug maybe one or two big names because we don't have a lot of time left here, and I do have it's daylight savings.
Okay.
I got to get the
We ain't saving the day anymore.
I got to get the ball.
Okay,
But they know.
we'll talk more about. I want to know more. I'm nosy, so I would love to talk more about.
We can always do
on the
another-
next one. We're gonna come
Yes.
back to
Yeah,
this.
we're working on. We actually discussed it today. We'll be working on our own podcast.
Great.
Because then right now, I think in this day and age, it's vital. But I will say this one thing. I am impressed by you.
Thank you.
I am impressed by young people, period. The other day I was in class and a young man, he's 21, he started a nonprofit called Level Up. And the young man said there was a stabbing at Maryville.
Shout out to Level Up.
And he said the first person to get a call was me. And I'm
Wow.
sitting there in class and I'm thinking to myself, why are they calling you? And he said, well, it wasn't the school that called me. It was my kids that I deal with
Right.
in my program. They called me and said, you have to get here. He said, so when he got there, his first question to the principal was, how come I know about this and you don't? So what I look at now is we're worried about what's going to happen, but our youth, they're on point right
We
now.
are out here trying to make a way, make a positive impact. We are trying to save ourselves from ourselves.
That's right.
We are, but we would love the guidance and
wanna
the
pass
assistance
over.
of the
That's
legends.
what we gotta do.
You hear from me? You hear from me? You hear from me?
Yes.
That's what we gotta
Yes.
do.
Thank you guys.
I agree.
I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you all my contact, guys. Thank you so much. This has been another episode of Fingers to Fist, and it was amazing.
All right, people.
It's legends in the building, guys. Tune in. We're on YouTube. That's More Vision 09. That's Fingers to Fist on YouTube. That's Ben from Bajor on Twitch. That's Chainsaw Chelly. Chainsaw X Chelly. Wait. Chelly X Chainsaw on Instagram. More Vision 09 on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for letting me interview you.
Oh, no problem.
I appreciate it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
Fingers
so
to
much.
fist.
Fingers to Fist, people. We're out. Chelly out, guys. Thank you.